sunshine. I'll be your love. I'll be your sunshine. I'll be your love. I'll be your love. I'll be your sunshine. You see the sea, I'll see the sunshine. I'll be your love. I'll be your sunshine. Shine,
The Pan Am Center in Scarborough, just east of downtown Toronto. The Scarborough Shooting Stars tonight at home against the Calgary Surge. Rod Black along with the most interesting hoops guy in the world, Charles Kissy. So glad to have you back.
Great
Coach,
to be here.
player, GM, you've done it all. This is an interesting matchup we have tonight on this Saturday night in Scarborough. We've got the Calgary Surge, always a perennial powerhouse. They haven't won for 6 games against the Scarborough Shooting Stars. Before this season, nobody knew any of these guys.
That's right, and you know what that means. You have a desperate team versus a team that, as Coach Vernon said earlier before the game, they have to weather the storm. Calgary's going to throw everything at them, and the Shooting Stars have to be prepared to weather those runs, because that's what's going to happen tonight. It's going to be back and forth.
We got a good crowd in here tonight, an exciting night. We've got star-studded people. How about, let's get right to it. The uniforms, apparently Nico designed, OVO fashioned, kind of got an Argentina kind of look for the Scarborough Shooting Stars. We're going to fashion right off the top of the show here.
He's a talented human being is what that is. Unbelievable.
That look tonight for the Scarborough Shooting Stars here in the ends. And of course, the Shooting Stars are 4-1. Have they surprised you so far?
I don't think the Shooting Stars have surprised me, only because they have good leadership. They have Powell, who's leading the charge. And I think ultimately they're a team of guys who know how to play basketball, and so they've done a really good job starting this season off.
Let's take a look and see how these teams match up. There's Frank the Tank Mitchell. We'll watch him. He's become a crowd favorite here. What about this matchup here tonight? Clearly the Calgary Surge, known for scoring a lot, but they're missing players like Greg Brown and Jameer Nelson Jr., hence that number that's lower this season.
Yeah, 89 points is still quite a few points, and against a team that scores 99. I mean, what it comes down to is you have to shoot the ball well. As you see, they're shooting 24%. That's a little bit of an issue so far. You got to make more shots, and you got to get some stops.
One of the keys for the Shooting Stars, if anything, 2 free throws. They are near last or dead last in the CEBL. And again, this team goes as well as Miles Powell goes as well. He has been one of the Icemen. There is Javen Johnson. And for the Calgary Surge, a guy you know well, and you know, you can look at all the big guys like Javonte Brown, but we're gonna talk a lot tonight about Ruggsy. You brought him into the league.
Ruggsy, Sean Miller-Moore, he has done a fantastic job with his growth. You know, from year 1 to now, he just continues to develop. He's exactly what you want in a young player who continues to get better each and every year. He's constantly adding something to his game. Watch out for him. He might put something on your head if you're not looking out below. He does a great job. He's so athletic and has really worked on his shot. He just continues to flourish.
Absolutely crazy hops, Ruggsy. And this is a Calgary Surge team that came in with a big chip on their shoulder this year after losing to Niagara in the championship final. And of course, Niagara also beat the Shooting Stars in the semifinal. It was such a dramatic championship weekend last year. Esfandiar Barahini is with us tonight. The S-Man is going to be joined in a moment by a guy who also knows this team well, Tyrell Vernon, who is the new head coach of the Scarborough Shooting Stars this year and has them off to a 4-1 start. And here is S with the coach of the Shooting Stars.
All right, Coach, a great start for you guys this season, but you suffered your first loss last time. What do you guys have to do to bounce back?
You know, for us, I think it's just turning the page as fast as possible. Us, you know, defensive transition is extremely important to us going forward. If we can build our defense, I think we do a really good job. And then offensively, you know, I think we have the talent to just, as long as we're in good spacing and guys are sharing the ball, we're in a good place. But again, I think we just got to keep building our defense, getting home, and then keep trusting each other.
For you personally, is there any little bit of extra tonight? Knowing it's Calgary. I know you played them already this season, but is there any little bit extra?
I wouldn't say there's anything extra. I think just for us, we just got to keep focusing on ourselves. Just keep getting better every day. And as the season goes on, hopefully by the end of the season, then you can kind of talk about that a little bit. But for right now, we're in the fight right now.
Okay, thank you, Coach. Best of luck.
Well, the fight begins tonight. Thank you, S. Thank you, Coach. And yes, lights are out right now. They're going to be on when we come back. We're at the quarter pole already of the CEBL season. When we come back, it's tip time, a Saturday night in the ends. Hello, Canada. Welcome to a new CEBL season.
It's been amazing, Canada basketball, to put that platform and give guys an out.
The crowds were bigger, the players got better, the quality of the game got better.
You gotta love it, Canadian hoops.
Fasten your seatbelt tonight because we're going to have some high energy and some high flying stuff.
This is the trail. This is the real. It's all that I gotta say. I'm in my zone.
No shortage of emotion, no shortage of intensity as anticipated. Sliding away. What a block from behind.
You don't just fuel your body, you fuel your drive. We're not here to preach hustle. We're here for the ones who show up. You know who you are. The moms who make mornings feel like magic. The runners lacing up before the scroll. The dreamers writing it down before it's real. And we're here for you. Real fruit, real fuel. Booster Juice. Fuel for what's next.
What keeps me going? Under the heat of the sun, or in the heat of the moment. When climbing for even one more second seems like too much. Whether you're reaching for your goal or busy setting new ones, everyone hits their limit, but that limit has a reset. Scientifically formulated to hydrate faster in the moments that matter. Electrolyte, instant hydration.
So here we go tonight. It's the Calgary Surge, winless on the season so far against the Scarborough Shooting Stars, coming off their first loss of the season. Exciting night in here for a lot of reasons as we go to Charles Kissey's keys to the game. The Kissey keys.
The Kissey keys, I like it. Number one is contain Powell. He's the head of the snake. He's going to obviously have a big night tonight, do a great job with him. Number two is share the ball. You're struggling to score, move the basketball, get the defense moving side to side. And number three is protect the paint. Part of that is an extension of keeping Powell out of the paint, but really do a good job protecting the rim, get out and run.
Desperate Calgary team against the Scarborough Shooting Stars, back home again here in the ends. They played so well here, Charles, at the Pan Am Center.
Well, for them, they got to push the pace and try to get out and score easy. If you can demoralize a team that hasn't gotten a win, one of the ways to do that is in transition. Attack the rim and get to the free throw line. Find a way to get extra buckets easy and at the rim. And the last one has to be one and done. You got to rebound. Coach talked about that in the intro. Got to rebound, one possession, and it's over.
Let's take a look at our starting lineups tonight. Again, for the Scarborough Shooting Stars, we tap up our officials tonight. Look out for Miles Powell. He is the head of the Snake. He leads the league in points, 28.1 points. And Charles Bediako, of course, the Canadian content is so huge. Javonte Brown, there are some big guys in the middle, but I would say Ruggsy goes, so go the Surge, and of course Evan Gilliard can shoot the rock.
Oh, it's going to be fun to watch these matchups back and forth.
Well, I'm happy to have you here tonight. Look, oh my gosh, look at him. Mad Max is here. Look at him, Braveheart. Braveheart is here. Mel Gibson is in the house. He's a personal friend of Charles Kissey. It's so nice that you were able to bring Mel Gibson here today.
Well, I told him that I was going to be calling this game with you. One legend had to meet the other.
We got to bring Charles. We got to bring Mel over to see you, Charles. Later.
Absolutely.
Of course, this season so far, it's been tough for the Calgary Surge, and it's Ben Ruggsy, of course, when he elevates, huge hops, one of the best verticals in the game. You got to get the ball in his hands.
Unbelievable, one of the best in transition, does a great job attacking the rim, strong. Again, he's evolved his shot, but he's carried this team so far, and one of the ways he's done it is exactly what you're seeing on the screen, just doing a great job in transition.
Here are our players to watch. We're going to watch Sean Miller-Moore. Ruggsy's back home, by the way. This is where it all began for him against Miles Powell. Powell played in the NBA. This guy's got the pedigree. He's got the goods, Charles.
He knows how to put the ball in the hoop. But again, Ruggsy's doing it at a super high level, at 57% from the field. It's going to be back and forth. The question for the Surge is, can somebody else get involved and help Sean Miller-Moore put some points on the board tonight? And again, that's one of the keys to share the ball.
This says a lot. This is how good this guy is, Sean Miller-Moore. I think he's taking the tap. Is he taking the tap against Bediako? No, they got Javonte Brown. No, he's not. He just went in there for a second, I'm thinking.
Trying to psych them out a little bit.
Trying to psych him out. Our officials tonight, by the way, Farhan Beg, Chris Bucella, and James McNeil. Actually, Ruggsy is taking the tap.
Yes.
Watch this. This is unbelievable. 7-footer against a 6'5"er. And he was didn't even jump that time. And so here go the Shooting Stars in their brand new unis. Pass inside, quickly taken away. Here comes Ruggsy. Sean Miller-Moore. Ruggsy, Miller-Moore. Olu Adeladun. Javonte Brown out there. Brown also a Toronto native. Inside on baseline. Brown underneath. Two big 7-footers underneath. We'll watch that matchup tonight. The miss on the baby hook, and here come the Shooting Stars. Miles Powell. He has been the guy so far. Kellen Tynes. Maritimer. Lost the basketball, and it looks like it will stay with Scarborough. I think that we're still kind of getting over the fact that Mel Gibson is here. Two man from down under.
Two legends in the building. It's a beautiful thing.
Bediako back out to Tynes. Here's Powell. Watch there by Damon Bowen. Yes, a three-pointer out of the shoot. Miles Powell. Sharpshooter.
Bucket getter.
Javonte Brown played his college ball at Rhode Island University, Toronto native. Backdoor play. Ruggsy, that may have been altered as he tried the reverse, and again, nothing to show. A couple of trips so far, Charles, for the Surge.
Yeah, I think they tried to get Sean Miller-Moore in the post there, and he got pushed out pretty far out, led to a backdoor cut.
Former Seton Hall Pirate, guy who played 11 games in the NBA, and he hits again, Miles Powell. Looking right over at Mel Gibson saying, you can protect our lives, you can't take away our freedom. There it is, and underneath, Javonte Brown. Their new head coach, Perry Huang, had come over. He wants a timeout quickly after that start, but they kept playing through. 6-2, Tynes back out. Big shot here, Bediako, no. Ruggsy. Perry Huang is the new coach for Calgary, and a block there. Two towers meet, and that was Bediako fouling Javonte Brown. Two guys who I'm sure know each other pretty well and played against each other, I'm sure, in AAU ball and high school ball in the area.
I think if you're a coach, you're glad you didn't get that timeout because your offense is starting to get rolling a little bit, pushing the ball, pushing the pace in transition, trying to get some easy ones, and again, getting to the free throw line.
It was interesting. He came over screaming for a timeout, and then they got the backdoor play, and Javonte was right there. And here is Javonte Brown. Early 6-2 lead. Well, there is the rock. The Spalding ball, the official ball of the Canadian Elite Basketball League. Spalding comes back down the floor in a three-point game early on. Calgary Surge, desperate team right now, trying to get a win. 10 on the shot, another three-pointer, thrown up and thrown right back in. Javen Johnson about 20 a game as well. Johnson of Decatur, Alabama. Scoop shot here, doesn't go. Back comes Tynes, and here's Johnson as well. Former DePaul Demon. Tynes, Powell, back down low. Here's Sims, had it stripped. Good defense
Great
this
defense.
time from Calgary. Ruggsy, look out now. Ruggsy, Euro step floater, and no luck so far for the Surge. This trip kind of epitomizes their early season so far.
Yeah, and then got lucky there. Almost gave up a layup.
Just missing on that pass. Slipped out of his hands. Here's Tyrell Vernon, knows his Calgary team well, having coached with the Surge. Caleb Vinales was coach as well. Now, Harry Huang, who coached in the WNBA and also an associate coach for the South Bay Lakers in the G League. Brown underneath, gonna try that baby hook again. That one from near the baseline, no go so far, and back with the right kicks tonight is Powell. Powell, deep three, was feeling it. Back underneath. Oh, and a spin move, spin to win. Frank Mitchell's in the game.
Good timeout.
Big timeout here, and the Calgary Surge reeling early on. Couple of empty trips, couple of misses. They're chirping at each other right now. Need to get it together. Frank the Tank makes it 10-3.
Welcome back to the Pan Am Center, where the Shooting Stars lead, and their star guard, if you haven't known yet, is Miles Powell. Now, Powell, I was asking him about the NBA Finals just because, you know, he's a big hoop head, big hoops junkie, and he said, I have a bigger interest in this than you would imagine. I played for the New York Knicks. I've also played against Jalen Brunson and against, Mikal Bridges and all of those Villanova guys, so I'm rooting for the Knicks to win this Finals. Of course, guys, it's been a very, very entertaining NBA Finals, and Powell is invested in it.
Yes, he is. Hate to say I told you so, but Coach, a couple months ago said there's some secret sauce going on in New York this year. You got a feeling that they believe, this team really believes that, hey, there's still
They
still haven't won yet. They got it all, though. And there's Evan Gilliard, who does his Cam Ward, that famous celly that he has, and Gilliard can shoot the rock off the bench in the game. It's a 4-point game thanks to that three. Nice pass here. Johnson again, fadeaway, no. Brown rips it down.
Looks like Calgary settled in a little bit, playing with a little more confidence in the half court.
Damian Boz out there out of Nashville, Tennessee, a Memphis Tiger. They lose the ball again. Here comes Powell. Watched closely by Gilliard. Swung around. Tynes into the middle. Oh, nice dish underneath. Baseline back out. Three ball incoming, no.
Great job with the early pickup point on Powell in that last possession.
Almost to the midway part, and that one finally goes for Ruggsy on the Euro.
See earlier pickup points on Powell. They're giving him less space. He's not going to get a lot of air time on that three ball.
Here's Powell driving left side, scooping and scoring. That's what he does.
But what do you do when you take one thing? If you're a good scorer, they take one thing away, you go to your next tool in the toolbox.
Miles Powell, Amir Sims, they've been the Icemen for the Shooting Stars so far. Targets, score guys, leading scorers. It's funny, you know, this team, and you know, you're a former GM and a coach, and you know, you've watched all of these players develop, but over the last couple of years, the Shooting Stars have been led by guys like Terquavion, of course, and Cat Barber, and you know, they don't have some of those big names, but about the CBL is that you can become a big name in the CEBL, and that's what Miles Powell's doing.
Of course, and you know, he's done it before, and they have good leadership. You know, they've done a pretty good job of steady leadership running this organization.
Adeladoon, there's Ruggsy, 2 on the shot clock, no on the 3 ball. Mitchell with the rebound. 4.5 to go in this first quarter tonight on a Saturday night in the Ends in Scarborough. Oh, and a give and go backdoor bounce pass. Frank Mitchell has his second field goal. We'll see some big bodies out here in a second. Dion Edgham's checking in. Long-time Canadian royal family. And Edgham's playing a lot of national team basketball and thrown away by the Surge.
Ruggsy thought he was going to be in the corner. One of the things that's happening is they're going under on the pick and roll with Ruggsy, and so he's either going to have to shoot it or attack immediately, or they have to flip that screen to get him back downhill.
Trey Thomas in the game, number 2. Bounce pass down to Frank Mitchell. With the Minnesota Golden Gophers, and again, sloppy play here, and to the rim, and for the flush is Addy Patterson. This is Saga native who played at Eastern Michigan. Addy can score it too. Sims misses, and Frank Mitchell going up 0-0 is going to the line, missing the bucket.
That might have been a really good foul there. Might have saved the layup, but this is how they have to play. They got to get stops, run in transition, score as easy as you possibly can to keep this game close. It's a 2-possession game. You're doing great.
This Eastern Conference game presented tonight by Lotto Max in Scarborough. Shooting Stars, so nice to have Charles Kissy with us. Guy who's been around basketball for a long, long time.
It's
a player, coach,
a blessing
GM.
to be here.
And you've seen the growth of the CEBL, and I mean, I think a lot of people who were there formatively, you must take great pride in where it has gone.
Oh, this is beyond anyone's wildest imagination. I mean, look, I'm commentating with Rod Black.
Oh, you know, you were doing all right till then. This is right. Oh, bad hands by me.
Being able to give people opportunities is my point. I mean, you know, so many people are seizing opportunities, whether you're playing, whether you're, you know, at the broadcast booth, whatever it is. This league has been great for young players and giving people something to aspire to.
Trey Thomas, Toronto guy as well. Played a Bowling Green. There's the shot. Trey lives up to his name with the 3. Big lead here, biggest of the game, 19-10. There's another deep 3. That's way off the rim by Adeladoon. Trey, oh, look at this. Well, ankle breakers there, crossovers. Frank Mitchell, watched by Edgham. There's 2 big fullbacks right there, linebackers going at it. That's a lot of beef watching those 2. And Thomas missing, Mitchell underneath, does it again. Say thanks to Frank. Man, he is a magnet for the basketball.
Fantastic job. They got what they wanted, Calgary did, in terms of the missed layup, but then a lot of guys standing around watching. They got to get in and rebound. But great job. Shooting Stars just scoring in a number of different ways.
Shooting Stars looking good in these new unis here tonight. I don't know if they're even World Cup inspired. They look like the Argentina soccer team. Love it. The stripes, side. Look at there, Mitchell and Edgham. Frank. Oh, what a pass underneath. Beauty, what a finish there. Akoy Uat. Frank Mitchell. Do not be deceived by Frank Mitchell. Quick dude, adept, And again, around the basketball all the time. He has been kind of a legend growing up here in the 6.
He's doing a fantastic job just putting his fingerprints on this game. Foul away from the ball there and go back to that pass that shocked me.
Look at that.
Great backdoor pass. Didn't even gather, just off the bounce.
Frank Mitchell reminds me of a lot of players kind of mixed together.
Oh,
kind
yeah.
of a hybrid, you know? Like, again, a big body, obviously, but...
I see Zach Randolph.
Yeah.
I see a lot of guys there.
90 seconds to go first quarter. Dominated by the shooting stars who keep shooting lights out. Amir Sims, the Clemson Tiger, puts it in.
Scoring inside. Again, with Powell back on the floor, they had a chance. Calgary did to close the gap a little bit.
Ruggsy wanted to take the shot, doesn't. Forced to pass inside, just another turnover by the Surge. It's been, oh my goodness, how about this? Little showtime from Sims, but a little too much.
A little too
mustard
much.
that time. Mel there. Yeah, there's Mel. He's going, yeah, that guy's a lethal weapon. He is a character. We do have a, what's your favorite Mel Gibson movie?
Ooh, Braveheart. Braveheart's pretty good.
Braveheart's up there for sure. I love Lethal Weapon. I thought that
Payback, I thought was fun.
Yes. There's so many. We're going to have to throw a lot of Mel Gibson references in tonight. So that's our job. That's our job here tonight. 25-14 is the score on Mel Gibson night in Scarborough. Mel's obviously here with Shamir Anderson, Canadian actor, and I guess they must be filming something here in Toronto. We'll have to get some insight. We have our Hollywood reporter, Esfandiar Berahini, he can get all that information for us. Again, Uot.
Easy buckets. Calgary needs this quarter to end.
Gilliard was a star last year for the Surge. Slow start for him, almost lost it again. Tough shot here, and he knocks it down. 10-point game. Tough start for the Surge. You know this team has pedigree. They have been a powerhouse the last few years. Powell, blocked there by Brown at the rim. They wanted a goaltend, they didn't get it. So a big quarter, though, for the men in the blue and black.
They scored in every way possible. They got to the free throw line. They got easy ones at the rim. They shot the 3 ball. They did everything they were supposed to do. Great way to start the game if you're the shooting stars.
27-17 Scarborough. You're watching CEBL basketball live on CBC Gem, YouTube, CEBL Plus, and the Mel Gibson Television Network.
Max now has more?
Oh yeah, like up to 90 new prizes of $100,000 on every draw.
Yeah, right. And aliens exist.
What? Lotto Max has more prizes?
Yep, that's more chances to win.
Sure, and horses can fly.
No way.
Cool.
Let's bring it on. It's game time. It's showtime.
You gotta love a Canadian goose. Two hands, me. Oh, what a block from behind.
Miles Powell putting on a show as normal tonight. 8 points in that first quarter, Charles Kissy.
Spectacular. Give him a look. He's going to let it fly. You got to keep him inside the lines, and then you got to send early help. He's creating such a problem for this Surge team because when he's outside and deep, the inside becomes available, and that's where you have guys like Frank the Tank, you know, doing their job inside, and so he just creates such a problem. He's a magnet offensively, leading his team so far and doing a fantastic job.
Miles Powell using this as a launching pad. He hopes to get back to where he once was in the NBA, playing for the Philadelphia 76ers. 11 games played a few years ago. Seen how some players have been able to use this as a launching pad. Patterson misses. Stepping stone. So many players now in the NBA have played here in this special spring-summer league. Canadian Professional League, the CEBL. That one is off the top. Brown gobbles it up. Here comes Gilliard. Evan Gilliard. That left-handed shot doesn't go.
Not exactly what you want if you're the Surge right now. Focus on the defensive end and keep this Shooting Stars team moving as...
Baseline violation. Javen Johnson was on the line, so no basket there. Cal Tire is the proud partner and tire expert of the CEBL. Shop top tire brands and have peace of mind with Cal Tire's price match guarantee. Shop and book at caltire.com. Glad you're with us wherever you're watching around the world. CEBL tonight, Saturday in Toronto. Busy time. Lots going on in the sports world. Stanley Cup final is on. NBA finals are on. And here in Scarborough, the Shooting Stars are back home, and it's always special. You know, you talk about hotbeds. You get played in the area. You know about how special Scarborough has been for a lot of players through the years who have come from here.
It's been real special as I look down the baseline and see Jamal McGlure. It's just been a hotbed of players, and coaches have done a great job developing young talent.
Gilliard, those dreads, that ponytail. You can follow us at CEBL League on all social platforms to stay up to date on stats, storylines, and more for all 10 teams in Canada's Pro Basketball League. Here is Gilliard. Chance last year to wear a championship ring. These members of the Calgary Surge now some half-court pressure. We know that defense does help win, and this is a team that can defend. Sims puts it on the deck. Juke one way, turnaround, fade away, no.
We'll take that. Good defensive possession. Left him on an island, and be happy
Quick
with
like
that.
a bunny is Gilliard. Patterson, corner. Dion Edgem. You've, I'm sure, got to know the Edgems through the years. A family that everybody played. Still playing.
Great basketball family. Almost got away with a steal.
Sims, no. Again, the 7-footer, Brown, brings it down. Now you also played on some of the Canada's teams through the years. Oh, baseline too easy that time, and boy, Damian Baugh is grabbing at the region you don't want to be grabbing at, because I think he got hit right in that area. And that one is hurt. I think just on the baseline, there was no call.
Yeah.
Made the bucket, brought the game within 8. Staying on the floor, though.
I think it popped out. I think he got hit. I think everyone kind of stopped there, but one of the things I'm seeing in the Surge right now is that the ball is sticking so much. You know, on the last couple of possessions.
Yeah, let's watch. That was earlier. That was on Gilliard. The one on the baseline was here on Baugh. And there he is. He looks like he's okay. Doesn't go again. And there's Brown. Barely has to jump, and he slams that down over top of Charles Bediako. Johnson, quick. Oh, and just a laser beam.
He wasted no time getting to his spot and pulling that one.
End to end here. Quick pace now, picking up Baugh. Just playing in Libya recently, in the G League as well. Also spent time in the NBA with the Charlotte Hornets. And we have a hold here. And the Surge have quietly crept back into this, down 6.
Transition, scoring easy, just getting up and down the floor a little easier. Again, they have to find ways to put the ball in the bucket as fast as they can. The last few possessions prior to that, you know, they're in shot clock violation zone, right? They have to get the ball moving earlier down the floor, try to get across an 18 or less.
Koi Yuat. Speaking of Alberta, Koi played at SAIT, Southern Alberta Institute of Technology. A Calgary native, so playing against the Surge, and we've got a foul here. The little guy going up against the big guy.
It should have been dropped down. I love the patience when shooting stars touch the ball, they just look first. I mean, such a simple thing that you want to teach all players, but just catch the ball and have a look before you decide what's next. Great patience.
New Era is the exclusive game uniform partner of the CEBL, and all 10 of its teams from coast to coast. Pick up your official replica jerseys now by visiting CEBL.ca. And of course, the third jerseys, some of the fourth jerseys. There's like 10 jerseys for some teams now.
Gotta keep the fans on their toes.
Yeah, I like the Shooting Stars whites personally, but these are growing on me. When I first saw them, I went, are we playing soccer here tonight? But I like this look. If it was Nico that designed these, good on you, Neeks. Thomas, yes! Nice fadeaway, stops and pops. Ruggs and Gilliard operate, and that's good basketball right there. Javonte Brown with the flush.
And that's action and execution. Really good job again. Triangle pass.
And a Surge team that is missing superstars like Greg Brown, Jameer Nelson Jr., Frank Mitchell. That looked like a charge. It is. And that is bravery at its best. There is a brave heart right there. You can take away the paint, but you can't take away my freedom, he says with Mel Gibson in the front row. Evan Gilliard, barely 6 feet. And he just got dusted by Frank Mitchell.
Those are winning plays.
That was payback.
That was payback.
Payback. Oh, the Mel Gibson lines will not stop tonight. Mercilessly. 32-25 the score. We're back to the ends in a moment.
Lotto Max now has more?
Oh, yeah. Like up to 90 new prizes of $100,000 on every draw.
Yeah, right. And aliens exist.
What? Lotto Max has more prizes?
Yep, that's more chances to win.
Sure, and horses can fly.
No way.
Cool.
You don't just fuel your body, you fuel your drive. We're not here to preach hustle. We're here for the ones who show up. You know who you are. The moms who make mornings feel like magic. The runners lacing up before the scroll. The dreamers writing it down before it's real. And we're here for you. Real fruit, real fuel. Booster Juice. Fuel for what's next.
Well, hello to all the fans listening and watching in Calgary and in Alberta, Southern Alberta. Surge have really taken Calgary by storm. Become a very popular fixture in the Calgary area. Games at the Saddle Dome. They're going to be playing, as a matter of fact, as well in Whitehorse, Yukon, against Saskatchewan in July near Canada Day. But you know a lot about this team, mostly because this team, its 5th season now in Calgary, was once the Guelph Nighthawks, who once employed one Charles Kissy.
That is correct. You know, the business of the game is what it is, and you know, obviously the Guelph community misses their team, but they're doing fantastic in Calgary and have really built a product there.
Javonte Brown popping out. Well, they've been flirting as well. Look at this alley-oop, and suddenly Javonte Brown, who kind of stuttered and sputtered a little bit out of the gate here tonight, he's found his range.
It's the perfect way to describe how he's played, and now he's playing with a lot more confidence and aggression. A few early he probably should have made.
Ball on the floor, and Anthony Walker's in the game. Walker back with the team, the former member of the Montreal Alliance. Boom time! Anthony Sky Walker. That's what he did last year when he came to this team. Lives in the clouds. 7-point lead. Ruggsy, turn in. Nice no look. Adeladune, yes! Olu knocks it down, the Calgary native.
I love that action there, post up.
Johnson trying to answer underneath. Frank had it blocked by Brown, swatted away. Corner, Gilliard swinging. Adeladune on the floor, off balance, and draws the foul. He's gonna go to the line. Olu Adeladune, guy who played at Niagara University, but how about Skywalker? Gets his miss. Best way to follow up a miss. How about?
I think on this one, Brown, I don't know where Brown thought the ball was, but boy, did they ever take advantage of that.
Rod Block along with Charles Kissy. S is here. Esfandiar Barahani's a little groggy. He was in the NBA Finals. Big shot. Last night.
It's okay, we don't like basketball, it's fine.
Glad to have S here. Dan Gladman, Evan Almighty, Evan Cosner as well, running the controls. Got our whole crew here tonight. Where would you rather be than right here, right now? Scarborough, 34-31, the surge sneaking back in. Team trying so hard. This is a team nobody saw this coming. 0-6 after being so successful the last few years.
Plenty of games left. Still opportunities to get going, and thought they might have got the stop there, but still opportunities to get going. And just like that, it's a one-possession game.
4-32, Walker. Fade away, Johnson! David Johnson floats one up and in. Stops that mini run by the surge. Gilliard off the glass. Awkward that time. Little off balance. Gilliard now streaking back on defense. Oh, wow! That is the best dunk that doesn't count in this game.
I like their pace, though. Gotta wake up.
Underneath, blocked, but that's a goaltend. Frank Mitchell just slammed that away, but it will be a basket for Adeladune.
He spent too much time worrying about the travel and gave up a two. What I do like right now is that Miles Powell, he started off really aggressive, but he's facilitating now. He's moving the basketball. He's kind of, I don't want to say taking his foot off the gas, certainly, but I think it's a dangerous thing to see. You see a little pressure here from the surge.
Sims, no look, dish. Didn't go, and so now a three-pointer, and the Surge could take the lead for the first time in the ballgame. Gilliard, good defense this time. Adeladune, defense has brought the Surge back in this ballgame. Adeladune, baseline, good D this time. Johnson picks it off. Back come the Shooting Stars. And a foul on Olamide Adeladune. Olu Adeladune. Kind of a special game, I'd imagine, for two Calgary players. And Akoy Uat, also from Calgary, who has South Sudan roots. And Adeladune. We always talk about the Southern Ontario market, and you know that kind of golden era of basketball, and everybody from Ontario. There was a time it was BC, but it's all over the country now.
It's everywhere, as it should be. You know, everyone's doing a good job, and this game has exploded as Powell hits all three.
Miles Powell just hit one from the popcorn stand.
I think he heard my comments about being quiet.
39-34. Powell had a bit of a rest there. Back at it. Powell underneath. Frank had it stripped. 2:53 to go before halftime in this 5-point game. And you almost have to think at this point, I know it's a quarter point, there's lots of basketball, Charles, but Calgary needs this win tonight. Miles Powell says, it's not going to happen in my house.
No, not if you're going to give him that kind of space. He needs none. You know, you got to keep that ball pressure when he touches the ball. The moment he's got it, he's got to see and feel a body. But you have Mitchell getting something inside because Powell extends the floor. I love his free throw routine.
Yeah. Didn't work that time, though. Adela Dune, Gilliard lets it fly, and off the back of the backboard, Brown wrecks the rim, but nothing's counting here. Game's flying along here tonight, isn't it?
It's going, and I think Powell's lucky that fell out of bounds there. Would have given up a 2. See if the Surge can make a little bit of a push here. Got within 2.
Ruggs. Adela Dune. No. Frank Mitchell's just having a monster night, folks. Johnson throws it up, baseline. And Sims deposits it. Harry Huang wants a timeout. Surge had taken their run, and now the Shooting Stars running right back.
Yeah, and part of the challenge is they're higher pickup points on Powell, which is great, but then it leaves the baseline exposed. And so, you know, really tough here. Get deep catches, you're going to get easy 2s. And that's what's happening right now for the Shooting Stars.
42-34, Shooting Stars coming off a loss against the Saskatoon Mamba. The first loss of the season, the Surge. They've lost to Ottawa, Brampton, Vancouver, Calgary. Lost at home as well against Edmonton. And their most recent loss against Niagara. Look who's in the house as well. Ben Johnson. So, you know, here's the connection. Shamir Anderson, Canadian actor, they have that new show called Hate the Player. And it's a Ben Johnson story, but I'll tell you what, I guess I'm showing my age. I was around that story, Ben Johnson's story. I still think Ben was unfairly pilloried for that. I mean, he have to serve his time, of course, a suspension, but he wasn't the only one on that line that day. It changed sport, but still one of the most explosive, exciting events you will ever see.
I remember that as a youngster, but I couldn't agree more with your comments about how that unfolded.
Now we know. Now that we know what we know, you know, everybody was all over Ben Johnson. They should have been over a lot more of those players back then. Thankfully, the world's cleaned itself up. Gilliard, double team here.
Deep clock.
Adela Dune, nice play, Ruggsy. Just flips it in.
Right on time, right on target.
Sims now is going to work it here. 2 minutes to go before halftime. The first half that's flown along. Powell throws it up and draws the foul, trying to get the shots, and I think he's going to.
I think he's got 3.
Let's go to S now. He was in the Calgary Surge huddle.
Hey guys, yeah, so as you guys mentioned, the Surge were going on a run, and then the Shooting Stars ended up carving up a lead again. And I was listening into the huddle, and it was a lot of finger pointing, truthfully. It was a lot of guys looking at each other and saying, hey, what can we do better? What can we improve on? And head coach Perry Huang jumped in and said, hey, together. We have to do this together. So let's see if they look a little bit more galvanized for the rest of this second quarter.
Boy, Perry Huang has been around this game in the G League and also in the WNBA. Guy was with the Seattle Storm for a while. So many players, legendary players like Sue Bird, under his mentorship and tutorship did great things. And he's very excited to be taking the reins in Calgary. I don't think he anticipated the rough start that he's having right now. And it's hard. You've been there before.
I've been there before.
What's it like as a coach when you know your team is better than 0-6?
Well, 2 words, it sucks. But, to keep it simple. But the reality is, the word together is what they need. They need to stay together. This is not forever. It's the beginning of your season. It's not the end. So stay together and keep chipping away.
Brown. Monte Brown. Oh, what a nice pass. Gilliard, good ball movement. Rugsy off balance is going to the line. And that's the Calgary Surge team we've seen the last couple of years.
Correct.
That ball movement.
Right, and so can they be consistent in delivering that, right? And that's going to be the key for them. What a great job, great possession there. Doing a good job getting to the free throw line.
Rugsy goes to the line. Lotto Max now gives you even more chances to win with new prizes of $100,000 every draw. Get your Lotto Max ticket now. Must be 18 plus. Thanks to Lotto Max. This East-West matchup tonight. Calgary and the Scarborough Shooting Stars. Thought for a moment it might have been Calgary and Scarborough last year in Winnipeg in the championship, and if it wasn't for the Lion King, Khalil Ahmad, Scarborough might have been playing Calgary. Niagara River Lions winning back-to-back, and Sams goes right to the rack.
They're just using their size and their length, and just getting to the rim at will.
Gilliard provides energy. Oh, what a shot by Evan Gilliard. Sims working on Ruggs. Amir Sims trying to pass it in again. Good D. Here comes Rugsy with Gilliard. Gilliard, baseline, back out. Throwing it over to Rugsy. Back inside to Javonte Brown. 50 seconds to go in half. And that ball knocked out of bounds. Will be Calgary basketball.
I like the way they're playing right now. I like the way Calgary's moving the ball. It's going side to side, inside out. They're doing a really good job. Keep that consistent. You're going to give yourself a chance.
Adeladune, nice fake. Off the front iron, though. Here's Powell. Was able to avoid the travel. And that slam doesn't go. Ball rebounces, careens right out to the front court. That's deposited nicely. Put away. The leftovers by Javonte Brown right there. Javonte on the spot.
Scarborough holds the last shot here.
15 in the half. Good chance Powell's taking this shot.
Right
he does take the shot. 8 seconds. Last shot's going to go to Calgary. Adeladune wants it. Adeladune takes it. Adeladune misses it. That almost went from the other side, but a 6-point lead. I think the Calgary Surge, coach, after the first quarter, they take that right now.
Oh, you got to definitely be happy with that. The other piece is that last play is something that could really hurt your team. You had open players ahead. People leave. You don't make that shot. People start to hang their head. You got to be careful. You're an 0-6 team. You got to make plays that build confidence within your club.
Well, let's go over to Frank Mitchell standing by with us.
All right, Frank, 10 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists for you. What's allowing you to be in rhythm in this first half?
Honestly, just our game plan. Our coach told us what to do from the beginning, and my teammates are believing in me, and that's all I can do. You know what I mean? We're making the right reads. We just have to do better on defensive end, and we're going to blow it up.
You always play with an incredible amount of passion and intensity. The broadcast calls you Frank the Tank. What allows you to play with that type of energy and passion?
Just the guys, man. I love the guys to death, man. I've been around a lot of teams, and this team here is something special. It allows me to get that juice, and I want to perform for them, right? And that's all I can do. What's on my chest is on my chest, and I represent that to the fullest.
All right, thank you, Frank. Appreciate it. Guys, back to you.
And trust me, we use that term affectionately. We love Frank Mitchell. Frankly, He's been a star for the Shooting Stars. Coming up at the half, a look behind the clipboard with Shooting Stars head coach Terrell Vernon. You do not want to miss this. Svandier will interview Surge head coach Perry Huang. We'll break down the stats from the first half, revisit Charles' players to watch. Score is 47-41 here at the half. You're watching CEBL basketball live on CBC Gem, YouTube, and CEBL Plus. Been a night of payback. We've had a lethal weapon. We've had some brave hearts. Yes, we have. Bell's in the house here in Canada. Does it get any better than that?
Tyrell Vernon from Hamilton, Ontario, and I'm the head coach for the Shooting Stars. I remember my first few weeks of coaching at the prep school. Every drill or every time we would do anything 5-on-0, I'd have to jump in and show them myself because I wasn't able to explain it. But now, I think as I've gotten older, it's letting staff be staff, letting different skill sets from different staff, take the reins and them to develop, their skill sets. Because I feel like, if for me, just individually, saying everything and barking orders and everything else, that eventually is gonna stale out on you. So, the staff has to be encouraged. The staff has to have ownership, not just myself, but all staff. And, you give them that kind of license to, have a voice. And then also give players license to have a voice on, scouts and, what we're trying to take away. And that way everyone is involved and everyone is a part of the winning process and everyone takes accountability for the losing as well. And, if we can kind of build that culture, we'll all be in a better place.
You have to understand, we have to choose who beats us, right? And the guys just got to keep buying into that. I don't think there's a lot of changes that have to be made.
Follow the scout, and then we can adjust the scout. If he don't follow the scout, then there ain't nothing to adjust.
For me personally, I think in terms of KYP is extremely important. So I think some coaches have different styles and different methods. I think my biggest thing is you want to force, their main guys to have a tough night and do whatever's possible to make that happen. And then, have guys that, try to be unsung heroes for the other team if you're going to lose. And, I think at that time when we won the AUS championship, we did a phenomenal job of taking away, the main prospects and, forcing, the other guys to, try to make a play and win a championship for them, and it worked out for us. For me personally, trying to take away strengths and, maximize weaknesses is kind of the name of the game in terms of, how I coach and how I approach the game. And sometimes it works and sometimes, there is some unsung heroes that kind of that catch you, but so far so good.
Stars team, what's the process over the early starts of the season to get everybody acclimated to playing together?
It always takes time. It always takes a little bit of time. But if you have a good group that just wants to get after it, go to work, be professional as possible, then you're eventually going to figure it out. But I think with the group that we have, it's been phenomenal. Our training camp has been great. Guys got after it. And execs, they've done a phenomenal job putting this talent together. And so now it's just, for me and the staff to kind of make sure we put those players in a role that make them look good, but at the same time, helps us win games. So it's always a balancing act. It might not never ever be perfect, but we're going to do everything that we can to make sure everyone's in a great place.
Knowing that you passed it on to Terrell Vernon, you handpicked this young man to take over as your successor.
We're not who we are without him. I don't come to St. FX without him. I don't build that relationship without him, and I'm not the coach here without him.
My first prep school head coaching job, Coach K was my first call. And, we went through our first practice plan together and, he's been with me every step of the way. So, when an opportunity came up to go back to St. FX, I jumped at it, and then it was great to work with him for a couple of years. COVID kind of, derailed that a little bit for his last season, but, me and Coach are extremely close, and I know he's in Calgary right now, and, we're going to be foes for a little bit here, but we'll get back to St. FX and we'll be okay.
Presenting the game ball to Coach Vernon.
It's not just about university. For us, it's always been about developing that university experience, but then also preparing for the professional stuff afterwards. So I always say, if you're coming to St. FX and you just want to go to university and just go get a job, it's going to be tough. You may go get a job after, your university experience, but I want you here to strive to be a pro. so far, we've had some great success with guys coming into the CEBL, and then now that's turned into, recruits seeing that success with guys going to CEBL and guys going overseas. So now it's just us kind of keeping that standard of excellence of, yeah, we want to win championships every year, and we're going to be in the mix every year, but we kind of strive ourselves on, contracts and CEBL relationships and, getting guys different opportunities, not just at St. FX, but abroad. And I think, that approach has worked well for us so far. And, now you see, DJ Jackson is with Brampton, and, Phoenix Wise is with us here, in Scarborough, and, I wish them all the best. And, but this is what it's about. They come now, they get to play with, professional guys, and, they can learn and sharpen their tool set a little bit, and then go back to university and finish off strong.
Back at a Saturday night in Scarborough. In the ends, where the home team, Scarborough Shooting Stars, looking to go to 5-1, lead 47-41. Rod Black, Charles Kissy with you, and we talked about the players to watch before the game. We obviously talked about Miles Powell, but one person we couldn't ignore in the first half was Frank Mitchell.
Well, he didn't let us ignore him. With 10 points, 6 rebounds, that's what people average on a season, but he is doing everything, passing, rebounding, finishing inside. He's making the most of his minutes and his opportunities. Really putting his imprint on the game.
Inside, outside, big body, Frank Mitchell, and of course loving playing at home, and as he said to S, big time defense and offense. And for the Surge, Ruggsy does the number, again, he's the player to watch, but Javonte Brown, who had a slow start to this game, suddenly picked it up and gave them a spark, gave them some life.
Yeah, I feel like he realized how big he was, how tall he was, how athletic he was, and all of a sudden dunks, rebounds, challenging and blocking and changing shots at the rim. Just, again, both of those guys really making their mark on this game, and if you're the Surge, you really need him to play well. You need him to put points on the board, and you need him to protect the rim.
Javonte Brown, again, a guy who's wearing the Maple Leaf in the past in the national team, and Evan Gilliard finding the big body, and he's a big body, 7-footer, and clearly a 7-footer who's got some skill too. He's got good legs, this guy.
He's got great legs, good athleticism. He's a lob threat at the rim. Just need more of that.
I'm sure that's what Perry Huang, who's going to talk with us in a few moments, has been talking about with his team in the locker room. They're getting ready to come back to the floor. Let's look at the numbers in the first half. Certainly dominated by the Scarborough Shooting Stars, and in particular on the boards, everywhere you would think it's a 47-41 game, but this game's far from over.
Look, if I was shooting 18% as the Calgary Surge from the 3, I would be excited to be in a 2-possession game right now. They're not playing the greatest basketball, though they are playing better as the second quarter began and right into the half. Hopefully they can keep that going. But the Shooting Stars have just been good. They've been solid on both ends of the floor.
So we'll see what happens in the second half. It's halftime here at Pan Am Center. Ben Johnson's here, Mel Gibson's here, Charles Kissy is here. Man, this night is just getting better.
No. Wait. Need a goalie? I'll hop in here. Let's have some fun.
Whether it's on the ice or on our app, always play for the fun of the game. Gamble responsibly with Play Alberta.
You don't just fuel your body, you fuel your drive. We're not here to preach hustle. We're here for the ones who show up. You know who you are. The moms who make mornings feel like magic. The runners lacing up before the scroll. The dreamers writing it down before it's real. And we're here for you. Real fruit, real fuel. Booster Juice. Fuel for what's next.
RedTag.ca.
Let's bring it on. It's game time. It's showtime.
You got
At Cal Tire, we're here to drive the best value around with free rotations, price match, 0% financing, and free flat repairs. We take care of it all for the life of your tires. Chat with our team at caltire.com.
Great night to be in the city. Great night to be in Scarborough at Pan Am Center. It was a building that was built essentially for the Pan Am Games, and a few years ago here in Toronto, and they had a number of events here, but they never had basketball. This has become a real house for the Shooting Stars. They got such a great vibe here. I know you don't get a chance to come here very often, but it's a special place.
It's fantastic. The crowd is great. There's great energy in the building, and it's given the community something to rally around, which is fantastic.
You know what? I love the kids. So you would have, Coach, you would have loved it. The first 2 games were school day games. So the place was packed at 11 a.m. and the kids had a chance. I guess that was a class that day. But you know, as I don't have to tell you, one of the best classes you'll take in school is basketball.
100%.
Yeah, I love seeing the kids here and being inspired. Again, Ruggsy's a guy who comes from the area, you know, getting a chance to come back home, grew up in Southern Ontario. And, you know, a lot of these guys were these young kids at one time. And Ruggsy was one of the players, is one of the players to watch tonight. Let's revisit Charles Kissey's players to watch before this game. And here's where it is. Miles Powell leads the way.
Well, he certainly leads the way, and he's done everything he's supposed to do for his team. 14 points, 57% shooting, and he has shot every and anything that you have given him room to shoot, and he's been fantastic again. He's a professional scorer. He's done it at all levels. He knows how to do it. He's picked his spots, which is what I've really liked about his game tonight. It's not just been the 3 ball. He's gotten to the rim, and when he didn't have it, he didn't force it. He's been really solid, and he's going to continue. 14 points in the first half, and there's no slowing him down because he's not forcing his way into this game.
Yeah, he's a shooter. Again, he's kind of, when I first saw him this year, and I remember him a couple of years ago, we didn't see much of him in the NBA, saw him in the G League a little bit. Kind of have this little James Harden kind of feel to him.
Yes.
Not, you know, maybe not quite like that step back that Harden has, but he has that kind of feel to his game.
100%. I remember doing scouting reports in the G League with his name on it. He can shoot the basketball, and that's kind of how he was viewed for a while, but it's clear he can score it in a number of different ways. He's put this Shooting Stars organization on his back, and again, he's a professional bucket getter. He just knows how to fill it up. The other thing they have to be wary of if you're the Surge is, because, and I've said this, because he stretches the floor, how are you going to protect the paint? It's a question that we'll see if it gets answered in the second half.
We'll see what kind of adjustments Perry Huang has made. Calgary Surge, they were dominated from tip. We'll see what the Shooting Stars can do. The Shooting Stars have had an issue in this building through their first few years of existence. It's been early in the third quarter sometimes. And see if they can maintain this lead, maintain this momentum. It's a 6-point lead, 47-41. Busy weekend in the CEBL. Coach Wang in the huddle. Get a chance to hear from him. He was busy with his team. And I would imagine at this point, if I'm the coach, I don't want to talk to anybody because my team's 0-6. And as every game and loss mounts, the pressure intensifies. 100%. It doesn't matter what league you're in.
It doesn't matter what league you're in. One of the gaps, and we talked about this when Miles's presence on the perimeter is opening up the inside. You have 21 bench points to 2 being another factor. They're getting no relief. Calgary is, the Shooting Stars are just rolling people out, and everyone is making the right decision, the right play, scoring inside. Calgary is getting no relief, trying to put out fires where they can.
All right,
see what adjustments are made for the second.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Let's see what happens here in this second half here tonight in Scarborough. See if the Surge can pick up win number 1. Powell, bounce pass off the sneaker this time. Adeladoon with Ruggsy. Adeladoon again by himself on a 2-on-1. There's Powell. Why not? He does that. His name is Miles Powell. He shoots the rock. He's a shooting star.
it fly.
Miles Powell, the brave heart tonight for the Shooting Stars. Baseline. Ba can't make that happen. Damian Ba, who again has had some time in the NBA, the Hornets, and played his college ball in Memphis. Javen Johnson in and out. Got a lot of the rim that time, and here comes Ruggs. Sean Miller-Moore, Ruggsy Moore, out of Brampton, Ontario. Played at Grand Canyon, been all around. Guy who has an enormous vertical. At one point, a 52-inch vertical, max vertical.
Oh, my Achilles hurt just thinking about it.
Really nice guy to talk to, too. I've had a chance through the years to spend some time with Ruggs, and boy, he loves the game loves him.
Yeah, great human being, one of my favorites.
Ba by himself on a giveaway, and out of the gate, the surge pull a little closer. And a couple of empty trips here for the Shooting Stars. Powell the only basket so far, and that goes for number 5, Kellen Tynes. Kid from Dartmouth, Nova Scotia. Played at Maine for the Black Bears. Ruggsy tried the leaner. Powell. And all net. Amir Sims, Iceman cometh.
And that's exactly what I'm talking about with Powell. He could have forced that three, didn't force it, makes the extra pass. Great decision. You see here, pulls up, and it's lights out, forcing Serge into another timeout. It sounds like we'll take one as well, right after the break.
What keeps me going? Under the heat of the sun or in the heat of the moment. When climbing for even one more second seems like too much. Whether you're reaching for your goal or busy setting new ones, everyone hits their limit, but that limit has a reset. Scientifically formulated to hydrate faster in the moments that matter. Electrolyte, instant hydration.
Lotto Max now has more?
Oh yeah, like up to 90 new prizes of $100,000 on every draw.
Yeah, right. And aliens exist.
What? Lotto Max has more prizes?
Yep, that's more chances to win.
Sure, and horses can fly.
No way.
Cool.
Score is 55-43. Ruggsy Miller-Moore. It's Calgary Surge. The Brampton native back home again. Down 12. Biggest lead in the game has been 13. And the Calgary Surge have not had a lead. They got it within 2 points at one point. But again, the Shooting Stars going on their run. This motley crew of Shooting Stars, guys who didn't know each other before this year, guys who had never played in the CEBL. Zero CEBL experience to begin this season, and look what they've done. Oh, nice play by Bao. No call there. Surprisingly, no whistle. A lot of bodies banging.
Great defense. Badiako just stayed vertical, kept his hands up. His coach yelling a play there for his Surge group.
Just before the shot clock expired, Javonte Brown again. He has been so dangerous tonight. They can start getting that ball inside to him. Step back again. Oh, he's human.
You knew that was going up.
Ruggs underneath, touchdown pass.
What a pass.
10-point game here.
Get down and score if you're Calgary, get some stops.
Evan Gilliard with those different color shoes. I think I might try that. I kind of like that look. One purple.
I think you can pull that off.
One purple, one gold with red. I kind of like that. Mismatched. I like those kicks. Look at this. There we go, folks. That's the style now, kids. That way in the morning when you wake up, just got to make sure left's on left, right's on right, and you don't even care.
Don't even have to think about it. Great pass. Look ahead again. That's how the Surge have to score. Lots of grabbing and clutching there. Sims gets fouled.
Yeah. Adeladune. Olu Adeladune.
I mean, you talk about a mismatch. There's a little bit of a size difference.
Deladune's a player, though. I really enjoyed watching this kid the last couple of years. 23 years old. July, that one's way off by Johnson, wanted to call. Mismatched shoes of Gilliard. Oh, and a big block, but the finish is there by Adeladune after a huge swat on Ruggsy. Ediako came flying in. Calentines, the Maritimer, looks like he's going to shoot here. Fouled on route to the rim.
And again, you have a denial on Powell, which leads it to a 4-on-4, but great attack by Ruggs, but better defense and then better offense again as they get the offensive rebound and a putback. But Tynes is at the line because we're denying, the Surge are denying Powell. It's leading to a 4-on-4 and some space.
This Eastern Conference game in the Eastern Time Zone featuring East and West is presented tonight by Lotto Max. There is Kellen Tynes, a 24-year-old out of Dartmouth, Nova Scotia. Actually came from the Maritimes this morning, Coach. He's out in Moncton.
Beautiful.
Bunch of NHLers last night. Love the Maritimes. And I'll tell you, there's another hotbed of basketball. You talk about university basketball, Canadian University. Man, some of the teams through the years. St. FX,
Right.
St. Mary's, Acadia.
UPI
Cape Breton,
doing great right now.
UPI. A lot of the coaches as well and players play out there, getting a chance in the CEBL. I love Canadian university basketball. In my mind, I think the media is at fault at times of not showing more university sport basketball. I'd like to see
couldn't
more
agree
of it.
more. The amount of work the coaches are doing, the players are doing, they deserve it.
Oh, Miles Powell mishandled that. And it's, I remember growing up in Manitoba, those were the games you lived for. The crosstown get-down between Manitoba and Winnipeg, Westman Bisons, Brandon Bobcats. It's the kids of today, it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to go play AAU or
Correct.
get an NCAA scholarship. The level of ball in university sport in Canada is exceptional. We have had stars come out of U Sport.
There's no question about it. It's great basketball, and people are working their butts off, and the talent has just continued to grow.
Need more games on national TV for sure. Ruggsy spinning. Oh, nice move. Miller Moore on roller skates underneath.
So good at attacking the rim.
Dion Edgem playing D here. Good D by Dion, and oh! Little styling. Look out now. Adeladune, home free. Just lays it in. 6-point game again, back and forth. Answer. Both sides, corner three. Yes! Splash down. You know who.
Speaking
It's
of
Miles
answer.
time. Well, our players of the game are going back and forth here, are they not? Ruggsy one way, Miles Powell the other way. There he goes, the Iceman. Powell, scoop and scoring!
He will not be denied.
This is why he's leading the CEBL in scoring, folks. This guy, the real deal. I know Drake has his new drop, Iceman. I'll tell you what, that's the Iceman right now in Scarborough. His name is Miles Powell.
Checks up, checks out of the game. There he is, lefty finish at the rim. As I said, he can score in a number of different ways. They haven't quite solved that part of the Rubik's Cube yet.
Mitchell spinning on Edgem. Again, two big defensive ends out there. Dion tries to pick up Thomas. And it goes. Javen Johnson, JJ with the J.
I'm going to give a lot of credit to Mitchell. His passing is fantastic. I mean, he does a really good job seeing the floor and making really good, patient decisions.
Soft hands for the big man. Gilliard tried the pump fake, and that was almost thrown away. Edgem lets it go. No, irons it. Thomas, 3:38 to go, and if you're watching CEBL for the first time, remember in the fourth quarter, we put 10 on the clock, but at the 4-minute mark, we stopped. And we played a target time. What a pass again by Frank Mitchell. This guy's putting on his show tonight. That basket by Javen Johnson was all Frank Mitchell.
There's the hockey assist. Again, we just talked about his passing. Phenomenal job. Great view. He catches the ball. He's looking up the floor. He's looking cross court. Just really, really good job putting on a little bit of a clinic.
Gilliard underneath, and Edgem up and in with 3 minutes to go. This is the time right here, right now, that Calgary has to make a run and cut into this big lead.
They got to get it to single digits before this quarter is over. One of the things that has been successful for them is running in transition, but in order to do that, you got to get stops. And so they're going to have to solve this next problem. Powell has gone out, and Frank Mitchell has taken over with his passing.
Mitchell again with Edgem. Bodies banging. Oh, you're kidding me! Frank Mitchell, and Edgem's face may have just got teed up. He did.
I think he was telling me he's more than just a passer.
Yeah, but he just got teed up after that bit of showboating afterwards. But I'm going to tell you, that was outstanding. And this is what happened to Mitchell. And I think he sure said, you can't guard me. You can't do that. You can't stop that. And the next thing you know, he got teed up.
And you know what? That was pretty good defense. You know, it's not a whole lot more you can do in that situation. Just made a great little hook shot there. But if you're Frank Mitchell, you stay in the game, stay locked in. You're playing well.
The two of them are still jawing back and forth. They're almost mirror images of each other, really.
They really are. I mean, I think they might be talking about dinner plans, maybe.
Well, that's going to be a hefty dinner. You know the deal too, Coach. Here, I don't know if you know the deal yet. I got to tell you about the deal here about our dinner. Here's Walker. Wait. The dinner for us is always related to burgers.
I cannot wait.
Yeah, and it's always the most famous burger joint in town, Johnny's. Get that cue ready. 70-54, deep heave. Oh, yes! Again, Trey Thomas with the tray.
Shooting Stars are having fun.
This is a Calgary Surge team in trouble right now. On the season, in this game, down 19 points. Again, a team that has lost some stars, of course, no doubt about it. In every game, but Shooting Stars taking over right here.
Just some defensive communication or a lack thereof.
Well, it's Season 5 from the ends, and you can be part of the action from the Toronto Pan Am Sports Center by scanning the QR code or visiting shootingstars.ca/tickets. There's the code. Get your tickets. Come to a basketball game and a party breaks out. Or vice versa. You go to a party and a basketball game breaks out. That's what it is here. It's fun. The music's loud. And you get entertained. Something different every game. Another one in and out. Edgem pulls it down. Nice pass again. The home run toss. Javonte Brown mismatch here, and yes, that's what you got to do when you're working on an undersize.
Need more of that, but I can't speak enough about the discipline of the Shooting Stars team as Frank Mitchell goes to work there.
Mitchell again, not this time. Brown brings it down. Bah. Just recently acquired by the Surge. That's why he doesn't have his name on the back. Joe Elmore recently released. Been impressed with this Shooting Stars team, though. Again, a team that nobody knew anything about before this season began, and they are making names. Oh, look at this. He was thinking about it. Frank Mitchell, nobody was out on him. They wanted him to take the three. And there's a foul on the floor. Trey Thomas wanted on the shot, not getting it with 45 to go in the quarter.
Yeah, Mitchell thought about it. I think if he had shot that and made it, the roof would have come off of this place.
Koyuat comes over to inbound here with Walker, Sims, Thomas, and Mitchell on the floor. And a 13-point game. Thomas, good block that time by Ruggs. Now they have to turn D into O here. Bao threw it away, tipped away. It will stay with Calgary with 33 to go.
A little casual on that pass, but trying to push the pace. 13-point game. See if the Surge can get one here, close that gap.
Frustrated Calgary Surge team to start this season, trying to get out of this funk. And that could be the start. Ruggsy almost like a sigh of relief. Off his shoulders now. May have pulled within 10. That's pretty good territory considering it was almost 20. 10 seconds in the quarter. Thomas, there's the screen by Mitchell. Thomas, 5, and no. Rebound underneath it. Scarborough ball with 3 seconds to go and chance to work an inbounds to try to beat the buzzer here.
And remember, they played that last few minutes here without Powell, so Shooting Stars in good shape.
They do! Can you believe that inbounds play? They catch the Surge napping. Frank Mitchell started this quarter. He ends this quarter.
He has been great. Just a fantastic job. While Powell goes out, Mitchell steps up. And that's what's making this team special so far.
Calgary Surge don't know what hit them. Well, I'll tell you what hit them. Agent 00. 75-63 as we head to the fourth in Scarborough.
You don't just fuel your body, you fuel your drive. We're not here to preach hustle. We're here for the ones who show up. You know who you are. The moms who make mornings feel like magic. The runners lacing up before the scroll. The dreamers writing it down before it's real. And we're here for you. Real fruit, real fuel. Booster Juice. Fuel for what's next.
Did you know that every CEBL game ends on a game-winning bucket? Yep, every single one. That's because we use something called target score ending, a thrilling twist that keeps fans locked in till the final shot. So what is the target score ending? Here's how it works. The first time the clock stops with 4 minutes or less left in the fourth quarter, the game clock is turned off. We enter target score time. We take the leading team's score, add 9 points, and that becomes the target score. Let's say it's 91-80. That means the first team to hit 100 wins. No ticking clock, no intentional fouls, just pure clutch basketball. It's fast, it's electric, and it guarantees that every game ends with a bang. Experience the target score ending this CEBL season.
It has been a demolition derby led by this guy, Miles Powell, with 22 large, already set a franchise record with 41 early in the season. Shooting Stars, a blue and black brigade tonight.
10 three-pointers, all of them off what you just saw, extra passes, and then Miles creating his off pick and rolls, etc., and really just having space. 30 points, almost half, just under half of their points off the three ball, shooting it well, getting great shots, putting a lot of pressure on this Surge team.
Well, 10 minutes on the clock, but the Calgary Surge have 6 to get it within something manageable before target score time. Although we've seen something miraculous happen before. You never know what could happen. Don't tell the Shooting Stars that. They came back with a 19-0 run against Saskatoon earlier this season in target time.
This game is Beautiful. This league is beautiful for that reason. It's just never over.
I love the target time. There's Bediako. Hasn't had a lot of touches so far. On the floor, and he's going to go to the line and shoot. As he caught Jaden Brown kind of hacking at him.
With 1 second left on the clock, that was tough.
Javonte takes the foul. 12-point game. Yeah, what has Miles Powell done, Coach? He leads Scarborough in points, in threes, in field goals attempted, three-pointers attempted, field goals made, three-pointers made, second in assists, minutes played. Miles Powell has been the Scarborough Shooting Stars.
5 rebounds, 3 assists. He's doing everything. I mean, he's absolutely doing everything. And again, what I like is none of it's forced. Everything is just coming naturally. He's letting the game come to him. If he gets a good shot, he shoots it. If he doesn't, he moves it. I mean, what more can you ask for? Starting the fourth with 22 points.
Such a solidifying force, too. You know, when you're in a panic, you just give the ball to Powell. Look at the defense at the other end. A double block that time from Bediako and Powell. And Powell lets it go. Wanted the foul. He doesn't get it. A rare miss from Miles Powell. Now Brown and Javonte. And they're saying it's a charge. No basket. Taking it at the other end was Amir Sims.
It didn't look like they were going to call anything for a moment, but good job taking the charge there. And Shooting Stars continue to get stops when they need it. Continue to be disciplined in their execution on both ends.
Sims floats a pass, stolen. Back come the surge. And nicely done, up and in by Addy Patterson. Canadian-born Mississauga guy who played his prep ball in Arizona, college ball at Eastern Michigan. Patterson baseline, working on Sims. Walker says, my turn, no. And right there, Sims couldn't get the putback. 3 times is a charm. Just nobody under the rim, no rim protection right now for the Surge. Oh, and another block.
But I know who has some rim protection.
Yes, they do.
The Shooting Stars, they've gotten hands on everything. Double blocks. They're just really aggressive at the rim. And it's always the help defender that has the best time. Good job by Bediako being heads up there. It looks like Miles is going to pick up a foul. A little too aggressive trying to blow up that handoff there. Side out for the Surge who need to get going here. They have some time, but they don't have much time. Try to get this game to single digits, and if obviously the Shooting Stars are going to try to extend this lead before that 4-minute mark.
4 minutes to play to that 4-minute mark. Surge just look a little discombobulated right now. And drawing the foul, going to the line will be Addy Patterson.
Smart heads-up play there. You got shot blockers. Pump fakes work.
Going to the line. Addy Patterson. So for the folks watching in Calgary, if you want to get your chance to catch every single Surge game live from the WinSport Event Center, get your tickets at calgarysurge.ca/tickets by scanning that QR code. Come watch your team, come support your team. This team is not an 0-6 team.
They're not.
They're not, but I'm going to tell you, they're in danger of going 0-7, and that hole gets deeper. They will get out of this funk. It will get better. Shooting Stars are taking it to them right now.
But they got to win possessions like that if they want a chance. No more offensive rebounds. You got to win 50-50 balls. You got to tighten up the defense. It's got to be one and done.
If you were Perry Huang right now in this group, this organization, I know it's only the quarter pool, and now you've got to really go on a run, regardless of what happens here tonight. Based on what you've seen from this team so far this season, what would you say the biggest concern is? Is it personnel? Do they have to go out and get some players?
Ooh, that's tough. I think ultimately they need some more shooting. I think that's clear in the numbers so far. They need some more guys to make shots if they have them. They certainly have to defend and win more possessions. think a little bit of size might help them. I mean, I'm looking at the Shooting Stars team, and they're built with a lot of size on the floor right now.
Well, not only height, but girth. I
Yes.
mean, again, they are wide bodies underneath there, and it makes it tough to get inside. Look at Mitchell, banging and banging. It's like a rugby game under there. Nice play, though. Brown, emphatic thunder dunk. Maybe that will spur this Surge team on here. 10 points. They try to get it to single digits. Get it to singles, and you got a chance. Powell, deep shot. Makes it again. This guy is incredible. He doesn't miss.
He had time to breathe.
Miles Powell, the Iceman, cometh.
And if you slip and fall, you're on defense. The next person has to step up. You have to identify. You see a little slip, maybe a wet spot, but then you got to get up, or somebody has to switch out. But he's not missing that shot.
I think all these guys are auditioning for Mel Gibson's next movie, because he's looking down there and he's putting on a show. He's been a lethal weapon tonight, that's for
He
sure.
has been a lethal weapon tonight. Just any space, he's just let it fly.
82-69. Every time the Surge have this moment, this surge, if you will, Javonte Brown excites them, gets that spark. Shooting Stars just close that door.
Yeah, they're disciplined. I mean, it's good to see the Shooting Stars. I think they have a chance. I mean, their discipline's good, their physicality's good. They're defending together for the most part.
Ruggsy trying his best. Floater, rainbow shot, and over top, Javonte Brown can't get the rebound. 2:40 to go until we turn the clock off. We play to a target, add 9 points to the lead score, and we walk it off. Who's going to walk it off tonight? Who will be the hero? Walker, Johnson, Thomas. He's been good when he's been in the game. Aaron pass, works out, fade away, no. Front 10. Brown picks it up, the 7-footer. DeBa. Ruggsy throws it up, that was off. Timing is not there, just off. And the other way, no, look at this, 3 underneath. And one of the smallest guys, Tynes underneath in a forest of trees, comes down with it. Lets it fly, misses. That's the kind of night it's been.
Absolutely. Again, if you're the Surge, you got to fight. I mean, you can't give up on those plays. 3 Shooting Stars in there, out rebounding 1, as the rest watched on the perimeter as Ruggsy Miller hits a 3 there, trying to give his team some life. It's still a 4-possession game. It's not over.
Man, though, if you're Perry Huang, you're beside yourself watching some of this stuff, and it's hard. You're trying to come back, and you know, you only got so much gas in the tank. He's going to his bench now, brings in Patterson and Adeladun, but it just looks like a team right now that has lost its mojo.
Which is, again, interesting because the game is still pretty close.
Still
I mean, you got to fight, but you got to, like I said earlier, you have to win some of those possessions. You're getting out rebounded by a guy, I don't know, times maybe 6 feet, I believe, but he's just outworking you. It doesn't matter how big he is. He's outworking you right now, and you're standing there watching.
Well, time now for the Cal Tire cruise of the game. Well, here's the cruiser. Man, if they were giving out tires every time they gave a cruise of the game, this guy would have a lot of tires. There he is, Miles Powell. Thank you, Cal Tire. Thank you, Miles Powell. What a night he has had. Again, continues to lead the CEBL in scoring, continues to lead the Shooting Stars. This one's far from over. He's got 25 so far.
25 points, 6 of 10 from the three-point line, shooting the lights out again. Now, reiterate the way he's scoring the basketball, the efficiency with which he's scoring the basketball is what is most impressive to me. He hasn't had to be extreme volume, 8 of 15 from the field. His volume has been really good. As you see the celebrity cam, we've got lots of people in the building here tonight.
Yeah. That's one thing, you get to see the stars. There's Ben Johnson. One time the fastest man on the earth, and now again Shamir Anderson here, and again they've got this show that's out there. Ben Johnson's story. Some Great reviews already. I guess Mel Gibson is here shooting a movie, I imagine. I'm not sure, but
he's here to see you.
Do you know that Mel, everybody thinks he's Australian. He's actually born in the United States. You ever hear this story? Little Mel Gibson aside. I believe this is true. And if it's not, let's call it true. His family won the $100,000 pyramid or game show, and they moved to Australia. Next thing you know, he became an actor in Australia. Became an iconic. He's an Academy Award-winning director. I mean, all of the movies he's been in. He's a funny guy, too. Like, you know, he's got a great sense of humor. And hasn't changed very much through the years. Baseline. No. Trying to throw it back, and here come the Surge. They need this. There's only a minute to go to target time. Gilliard. Those off-colored shoes. It will be shooting star basketball, and Gilliard pleading his case.
Looks like there's going to be some discussion amongst the officials. Overturned. And that's what good officials do. Communicate it there. It looks like, well, tough to tell from our angle, but
officials do a great job of the CEBL. I'll tell you where it's tough to be an official is during target time. Yeah. I think it's so difficult. You let him play, and there is call the other way again, and goes against the Surge. Trey Thomas gets bullied. Moving screen. And basketball goes to the Shooting Stars again.
Great job fighting, trying to fight over that action. And what we didn't see is that Mitchell tells him to stay down so he can pick him up. They're building some really cool championship-style culture pieces into the Shooting Star organization.
They've always been able to get pieces. I think about Cat Barber, who became an icon here, a legend. Donovan Williams and Terquavion Smith, who became Batman and Robin. Guys who had NBA resumes. You know, this year you think, oh, they don't have those guys. Guess what? They got Miles Powell. They got Javen Johnson. They got Frank Mitchell, a local Canadian guy who is fast becoming a Shooting Star legend here.
Well, he does things that impact winning.
Tell you, the guy who should get a lot of credit is Brady Hessler.
100%.
General manager getting these guys. I know he works the phones, and it's tough because, you know, there's the G League, of course. There's a Summer League. Look at Frank, still got it. Corner, Thomas, Trey again.
I cannot say enough about his passing. For a big fella, he just sees the floor so well.
I would foul right now if I was the Shooting Stars. I would foul him. Foul him, yep, that's what you do. Before he shoots, that foul stops the clock. You're inside the 4 minutes. That means that Calgary couldn't get any closer, and a discouraged Calgary Surge team here tonight. 87-74. Target score is on the board at 9-87. We're looking at a 96 finish tonight here in Scarborough. Let's bring it on. It's game time. It's showtime.
You gotta love a Canadian news. Two hands, me. Oh, what a block from behind.
Next bucket wins. Target score time is the best time of a game. The energy, the drama.
That anything can happen.
Big players step up in big time. He is cooking.
Now we're in target score time here tonight on CBC Jam, CEBL Plus, YouTube. Wherever you're watching tonight, it's 87-75. Add 9 onto the lead score. There is no game clock anymore. There is the shot clock, of course, so 96 is the target score tonight. When we went to break, it was 87-74, but there weren't that foul put them into bonus, so Evan Gilliard had 2 shots, missed one, so it's 87-75. Certainly looks like it's Scarborough's ball game, but hey, if you watch the CEBL, anything is possible.
Your popcorn.
Yep. Yes, you'd never know. And I'll tell you what, the Surge just look like a team. They haven't had a lead all night. They carved within 2. They look like a beaten, downtrodden team, but guess what? Play some D, you've got a chance.
Yeah, you always have a chance. Get some stops, as you just indicated, and then get out and run. That's probably been their best offense so far, is to get out in transition and try to get something early. Push the pace. Shooting Stars have been so disciplined, though. I mean, just so disciplined, making extra passes. Frank Mitchell has been outstanding for them. Miles Powell has been outstanding.
Miles Powell in the game. Will he be the hero again tonight? There he is, and he's going to the line. No, they're saying it's against Scarborough. And the foul was on the arm as Powell was going to the basket, used his arm. Let's take a look. Wow.
Tough angle.
So Calgary gets a break here. They have got to score on every possession and play some serious D. Probably do a little double teaming on Powell as well. Powell, Ruggsy, Dion Edgem, lets it go, no.
Pretty good look to start the target time, though.
Miles Powell. Powell stepping back, no. Here's Ruggsy again. Get to 96, you win, and right in front of Mel Gibson. Ball is thrown away. Trey Thomas getting a lot of run here tonight.
Yeah, he's playing really well again. This is a team that.
Oh, what a pass again by Mitchell!
He must be wearing contacts. I mean, his vision has been fantastic tonight.
Magic Johnson-like passing here from Frank Mitchell. Magic continues. And Gilliard. Notice this time, no celebration that time. That Cam Ward style celebration he normally does, because it's all business now. They know they have a deep, deep hole. Got to go on a serious run, but Frank Mitchell. Frank goes up and misses. Ruggsy pulls it down. Here come the Surge. Need this here. Bow, back, corner 3. Adeladue needs this. No! Tap back, no! Frank Mitchell again. He's everywhere tonight. Miles Powell is fouled as he tried to sandwich in between Ruggsy and Adeladue. How about Frank Mitchell tonight? If he doesn't get a triple-double, he deserves it.
He absolutely deserves it. In every pass, a bullet, on time, on target, in target time. As he's navigating his way through this game, he's a very valuable piece for this Scarborough Shooting Stars team.
Mitchell, that time, that pass is stripped. Ruggsy goes between the two of them. Oh, what a nice play, but a little too much English. No call there as well. Baseline, going up and going in! And the Shooting Stars are moving closer to victory. Javen Johnson, they're 5 points away.
I love that they ran Powell off the line, but then there was nobody back there to protect the rim. You know, great hit ahead, nothing, and then you need somebody at the rim. Protect it, don't fly by, try to block it, get vertical, make him miss somehow. Great finish by Powell.
Well, the Calgary Surge after this one are going to travel back west to Alberta. And they're going to try to get back in the win column if they can't tonight. Saskatoon Mamba await them. They visit Winport Center for their first game against the Surge. Tip-off is Wednesday night, 7:30 Mountain, 9:30 Eastern. Shooting Stars will have a short trip to Niagara to face off against the River Lions at the Meridian Center. Love that building. Love that vibe down there. You live in that area. You know that's also a basketball hotbed. And we should also say congratulations to a guy who's a legend in Niagara, Jay Triano.
Absolutely.
Canada Sports Hall of Famer, soon to be Order of Sport. Love JT, what he's done for basketball in Canada.
Great coach, generous coach with his time, always willing to help.
Great shooter in his time as a player. Everybody, this generation thinks of Jay Triano as the coach.
That's right.
Jay Triano could shoot it like Miles Powell. Incredible shooter.
Absolutely, probably still can.
Oh yeah. Well, it's never over till it's over, but it's getting close to being done here. They're warming up that grill at Johnny's. 91-78, and a foul. Might have been Frank Mitchell on Gilliard. It was Powell, it looks like.
Good if you're Calgary.
Powell gets the foul. Third foul on Powell. Need must makes here. Javonte Brown coming back in the game. I think this is a wide move.
It's a very wise move.
Especially with Mitchell dominating the paint.
Very wise.
Basically, he has to stop everything. I'd almost keep him just under the rim because it's been a tough night again for the Surge. Road trip's been a hard one. Gilliard knocks it down. Shooting Stars basically 2 trips away from picking up win number 5.
The Calgary fight to the end.
Tight in the CEBL East. Brampton's off to a roaring start. The Honey Badgers with their new co-owner and Mark Cuban. Great start out there. Sea Bears are playing well, and so are the Shooting Stars. What a fight we got in the East. Frank attacks the rack. No. And there is Brown with that rebound.
And that's why he's in the game right now.
They got to score here. Every trip. Gilliard wants to go one-on-one with Powell. Powell on him. Nice dish inside. Lost ball. Adeladoon gets it back. Back out. Bah needs it. No. Walker rips it down. Here they come again. Shooting Stars eyeing their target of 96. It will be Scarborough ball.
Well, the Surge got a pretty good look there at the 3-ball. And again, one of the things that we've seen all night is that they've had some empty possessions. They've got some really good looks and just not able to knock them down.
Powell. He's done it before. Loves to end the ball games. There he is. No. Frank Mitchell again, another rebound. And knocking it down. And now one possession away. Next bucket will win it as Trey Thomas having a monster game himself with another 3. And it's all but over. You can start the bus. Gilliard puts it up. Here they come. Who's going to end it tonight for the Scarborough Shooting Stars? Mitchell, Walker. Walker for the win. Mitchell. And he is hacked. And it looks like he might go to the line. Got one maybe near the eye area. Frank Mitchell is going to shoot, it looks like. Yeah, Frank Mitchell got it in the eye. Got a chance to end the ball game now, going to the line.
Thomas gets a 3-ball, but who got that rebound? And
you know who,
out?
the tank.
And who has a chance to end this game? Couldn't be any more fitting. I know we talked about Powell, and Powell has just been fantastic all night, but Mitchell has made plays that impact winning over and over and over again.
I'm about 16, 11, and 6. Frank Mitchell close to a triple-double. This is it. Done it all night, Frank Mitchell. Yeah, it's been Miles Powell, but the local guy. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. The tank does it again. This guy has become a fan favorite in Scarborough. Game over. The Calgary Surge have now lost 7 in a row, and the Shooting Stars are now 5-1.
Frank Mitchell carrying Powell on his back after that game, like he in some ways carried his team with some of the intangibles, right? It's not always about scoring, but he did so much all night.
What a show they put on for Mel Gibson and Ben Johnson and Shamir and the Hollywood stars. Mel looked like he had a good time. And I'll tell you what, the guy with the biggest heart, biggest body, was the brave heart tonight for Scarborough. That guy right there, Frank Mitchell.
And he went to war and never took a possession off. And that's what it takes to be a pro. He played every possession on both ends, gave everything he had.
It's got a Barkley-like feel to him, the way he plays the game. Charles had that ability to move the basketball, dominant underneath. Charles was about his size, by the way. Everybody think Barkley was like 6'8". No, Charles was like 6'4". And Mitchell, probably taller than Charles. But boy, Frank Mitchell did it again, and the Scarborough Shooting Stars can thank Frank tonight. He's going to be our Booster Juice player of the game, I think. Miles Powell had more points, but they don't win this game, Coach, without Frank Mitchell. But Miles Powell is our Booster Juice player of the game. And every time S gets, okay, here comes the S show now. Here they go. Here they go. Here they go. Here they go.
I got to ask you a question first. All right, look, you guys are rolling right now, and it's a team effort. You see it with everybody contributing. I have to ask you again, why does this group connect the way that it is?
It starts in the locker room. Like I said, it starts with Nico from the head guy up to the last guy coming off the bench. Like I said before in my last interview, we don't care who's doing it as long as it gets done and we come out on top.
You talk about the confidence of the team, but also the confidence of yourself earlier, right? 29 points for you tonight. This is your fourth game with 20-plus points. You had that 40 ball earlier. What allows you to play with this level of confidence?
My teammates and my coaching staff, they believe in me, so it's hard for me to lack confidence. Like I told you, this game is all about confidence. If you have confidence, you already win half of the battle. So, like I said, my teammates and my coaching staff, they believe in me, so it's hard for me to lack confidence.
All right, don't enjoy yourself. Take it.
Well, it's a big team. There they are. And I'll tell you what, I know Booster Juice is giving the player of the game to him, but the two boosters are right there, Mitchell and Powell.
They can share it. Get snack size one.
Yeah, I like the snack size. I'm big into the acai. I love that. Here's Miles Powell, who started early, finished late, and did this all night long.
And did
inside,
it with ease.
outside.
Did it with ease. I mean, backdoor cuts, hit ahead in transition, take away his space. He attacks the rim, finishes strong. There's really not a method that he can't score.
Wouldn't you also say that because of his ability to shoot the ball outside and they draw so much attention, it allows Frank Mitchell to dominate as well? We're going to wrap this up when we come back. What a night in Scarborough. Shooting Stars shooting lights out. Calgary Surge struggling. They head home looking for some medicine.
redtag.ca.
At Cal Tire, we're here to drive the best value around with free rotations, price match, 0% financing, and free flat repairs. We take care of it all for the life of your tires. Chat with our team at caltire.com.
What keeps me going? Under the heat of the sun or in the heat of the moment. When climbing for even one more second seems like too much. Whether you're reaching for your goal or busy setting new ones, everyone hits their limit, but that limit has a reset. Scientifically formulated to hydrate faster in the moments that matter. Electrolyte, instant hydration.
As our crew says, after a Shooting Stars win, here's Johnny's. Got the grill ready. Burger time tonight. The next CEBL broadcast is tomorrow from Montreal as the Edmonton Stingers meet the Alliance. First meeting of the season. Ocon, Dwight Walton have the call starting at 4 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Mountain. Catch all the action on CBC Gem, YouTube, and CEBL Plus. I love the early part of this season, and I love this game tonight. Mel has left the building. Mel Gibson, that was fun tonight, seeing the Oscar-winning actor. And I'll tell you what, if he wanted to see a Hollywood script tonight, you got to see those, the new Batman and Robin, maybe. It was Terquavion Smith, Donovan Williams last year. Maybe it is Miles Powell and Frank Mitchell.
And there's many, many more.
Yeah, Trey Thomas, look what he did tonight.
Yeah, they were fantastic. Everyone was a star in their role. Everyone was unselfish. They showed tremendous discipline tonight, moving the ball. They did everything they're supposed to do. The key is, can they stay consistent in building that all season long? If they do, we may see them in the end.
Coach, love having you here.
Always
see you
a
next
pleasure.
time. You know we're going to see you in a few minutes. Get those burgers ready. Big night tonight for the Scarborough Shooting Stars. Their new tandem, Miles Powell, Frank Mitchell. Powell hitting, Trey Thomas hitting. Big win again. 5-1 are the Shooting Stars. 96-80 is the final for Charles Kissy. Svandiar Barahini, Dan Gladman, our entire crew here. This is Rod Black. Saturday night live in Scarborough. It's can't get better than this. Good night from the Ends.
Knock 'em out the way, knock 'em out the way, knock 'em out the way, with your head top down for some action.